Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Magic. Have you ever wondered why every gossip, every rumor, and every unclear scandal always seems to end with one name, Jimin? Why can one short moment in an elevator become a massive discussion, while clear evidence involving others is so easily forgotten? Tonight, we're going to uncover the reason behind Jimin's silence, the rumors that continue to haunt him, and the truth that many try to cover up, the unshakable bond between Jimin and Jungkook. To this day, neither the agency nor Jimin himself has ever made an official statement regarding the woman who was once seen with him. No public clarification, no confession, no long defense, only silence. And in that silence, rumors spread wildly, as if silence itself was proof that the gossip was true. But the reality is far from that. Jimin's silence became an empty space, filled with thousands of speculations. Some even dared to claim that the gossip was confirmed. Others twisted facts just to create sensational headlines. Ironically, many misleading comments came from those who are known supporters of Taehyung, as if there was a need to shift the attention and turn Jimin into the scapegoat. Strange and at the same time, painful. The question is, why Jimin? Why is he always the center of damaging rumors? Even more ironic, many seem to deliberately forget the case that once surrounded Taehyung himself. Remember, Taehyung was once linked to Jennie from Blackpink, and that was not just a rumor. There was solid evidence, photos of them walking together in Paris, side by side, with closeness that was hard to deny. The agency didn't deny it, and Taehyung never really addressed it. Eventually, the issue disappeared, as if it never existed. So why is Jimin treated differently? Why can one brief elevator moment turn into a huge scandal, while clear photos of real closeness can vanish without excessive pressure? It's important to understand, what happened to Jimin was not proof of a romantic relationship, but a blatant violation of privacy. He was never seen walking alone with that woman, never had an intimate dinner, never showed gestures of special closeness. The only moment was a brief encounter in an elevator, awkward, surprising, with Jimin's expression clearly showing confusion. That alone is enough to prove he wasn't expecting to see her. This situation is very different from Taehyung and Jennie being seen together in Paris. Their photos showed natural interaction, close distance, even shared smiles. That was something real, not an exaggerated interpretation of a fleeting moment. Yet somehow, many chose to ignore this obvious difference. If Taehyung could be seen with Jennie without extreme pressure, why was Jimin attacked so harshly when there wasn't even solid proof supporting the gossip? The answer is simple, because Jimin is an easy target. And here's where we need to pause and ask, why does it all seem aimed at bringing Jimin down? Why are rumors about him always blown out of proportion, while other cases quietly fade away? Maybe the answer isn't as complicated as it seems. Everyone has seen Jimin and Jungkook's closeness over the years. That bond isn't just a fan theory. It's visible in the small glances, the way they always stand close, the touches that never feel forced. It all feels too natural to be dismissed as mere fan service. For some people, the bond between Jimin and Jungkook is a threat. Something that could change public perception, something that could weaken other narratives people want to uphold. That's why new gossip, new stories, and fake scandals are created to blur the obvious truth, the strong relationship between Jimin and Jungkook. One of the clearest examples was when Jimin didn't publicly wish Jungkook a happy birthday. From there, new rumors surfaced. Some said Jimin no longer cared, some claimed their bond had weakened, and some even cruelly stated that Jikook was over. But once again, the truth is much simpler. After his unpleasant experience with his privacy, it's natural for Jimin to be more careful. He knows well that anything he writes could be twisted again. In this situation, silence does not mean indifference. Silence is protection. Does that mean Jimin forgot Jungkook's birthday? Of course not. They've celebrated it together for years. Most likely, Jimin congratulated him privately, away from the public eye. After all, Namjoon, Suga, and Jin also didn't post birthday wishes for Jungkook. Does that mean they forgot? Absolutely not. ARMYs should also remember they have their own private group chat. It's very likely that's where the birthday wishes were shared, More genuine, more heartfelt, because they weren't bound by public expectations. Isn't that even more beautiful? A private moment shared only between them, without the need to display it online. Unfortunately, in today's social media era, many people believe if something isn't seen publicly, it doesn't exist. But in reality, true relationships are often stronger without the spotlight. For years, Jimin and Jungkook have shown their closeness. That bond is clear in the way they protect each other, trust each other, and bring comfort to one another. Their natural chemistry, on stage and behind the scenes, doesn't vanish just because Jimin didn't post a birthday message. In fact, if he had written one, it likely would have been twisted again into new gossip. That's why silence is the safest choice, a way to protect himself and his bond with Jungkook. Jungkook himself often shows a protective attitude toward Jimin. He never hesitates to step forward to shield him, never shies away from small, sincere gestures of care. Not overprotective, but a natural reflex from someone who truly cares. On the other hand, Jimin always seems calmer when Jungkook is beside him. Their body language complements each other, different from Jimin's interactions with others. There's a comfort there that can't be faked. They don't need an open declaration. Their actions are already enough to show the truth. The glances caught on camera, the spontaneous touches, the smiles they share only with each other, all of that can't be staged. That's why their relationship feels like more than just friendship. It has grown, endured, and only gotten stronger with time, without needing validation from social media. So, does Jimin's silence mean he doesn't care? Or is it, in fact, the most genuine way to protect something far more precious? In the end, Jimin and Jungkook's relationship cannot be measured by whether or not there are public posts. What they've built goes much deeper. Even in silence, the strength of their bond becomes clearer. Silence does not mean surrender. Silence does not mean apathy. Silence can be a sign of courage, protecting something fragile from careless hands. And in Jimin's case, silence is love. Love for himself, and love for the person who means the most in his life, Jungkook. So, does Jimin's silence mean he doesn't care? Or could it be that it's the most sincere way to protect something priceless? At the end of the day, Jimin and Jungkook's relationship doesn't need public validation. They don't need sweet words in front of a camera, because their glances, their smiles, and the way they look after each other already say more than 1,000 posts ever could. Silence is not weakness. Silence is protection. And in Jimin's case, silence is love. Thank you for watching Jikook Magic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because our journey to uncover the real story of Jikook is far from over.